classic that a man takes a woman's works and just fucks it up. I'm kind of too stunned to speak. Hey guys, I was not even gonna film a video, but this book changed my mind because I want to film my journey through this book. So I started reading Frankenstein, which I've been obviously meaning to. I feel like everyone has like a TBR that like has all the like classics. So I was reading the beginning of the book, not even where it starts, but the introduction, and it says, okay, this is probably common knowledge, but Mary Shelley was literally 19 when she wrote this book. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So I start reading the book, and tell me why this bitch can write. I was like one chapter in and I just could not believe that she was 19 when she wrote this. For that reason, I was like, okay, no, I have to film myself reading this book because I'm already like, this is like giving top book. So far, I finished the letters in the beginning from the brother and I'm on chapter 2 now. And this is a pretty short book, mind you. This book is only 166 pages long. So I'll probably read this pretty quick, also because it's like really fucking good. But I don't think I'm gonna have that much time to read for the rest of the day, but we'll see when I get to tomorrow or if I can finish reading more today. So far, the way in which she structured the book with the letters in the beginning and it's like it kind of starts at the end is really cool. Like I love that like artistic choice because you're really anticipating what's gonna happen when they take you back. You're like, okay, well, this is how it started, and you already have the aftermath of how the creator, I think it's the creator, guys. I never watched the movie with Jacob Elordi. We like kind of started it, but we never finished it, so I genuinely don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. I know like the basis, like this guy creates the monster and then it kind of like derails for some reason, and that's pretty much all I remember. But right, the creator, we kind of have him in the beginning. He's the one who's gonna recount what had happened, I think, but he's kind of in the beginning. He was actually, do I want to spoil free vlog, but basically you kind of get the feeling of how much this shit derailed and how much his life was ruined based off the events that he's going to tell. So I'm just really excited to read it. So yeah. Morning, it's the next day and I just got off of work, so I'm off to a cafe to read and just chill and eat something good. Hey guys, I'm back home and I wanted to give you guys an update. I am on page 40, chapter 6, and it might feel like I'm not moving along that fast, which I'm not, but it's intentional because I am like finding myself really submersing myself into every single line. She's such a good writer that every single line just holds so much that you just have to sit with the book for a while, and each chapter you kind of just have to take your time with every page, every line, every word, and I'm enjoying it so much more that way because I feel like I'm really just immersing myself into the world. Some big points that I wanted to bring up that I really enjoyed was the pacing of the book. Obviously it's a short book, so I feel like that helps a lot. I find in classic literature that I feel like it dwells too much. Like these authors, more often than not, they have like very big books, so I think it gives them the time, I guess, to just like dwell on the same shit over and over and over again and the same thoughts, and they just drag it the fuck out, and then that's when it kind of gets a little like I feel like I'm dragging my feet through it, and that's my gripe with a lot of the classical literature books. But this one, I mean, she has to write a story in 160 pages. It doesn't feel like she's like over explaining. Literally I'm on page 40 and I feel like I've gotten so much out of this book already, and it's just so like so detailed, but she's very succinct. Like she doesn't waste her fucking words. Like it's so good. I am obsessed. I love, literally 19-year-old girls get it. My preconceived thoughts on what Frankenstein was was this scientist who made this character, or this monster Frankenstein, based on like his hubris and his ego, thinking that he can create and bend the rules of nature, blah blah blah. But it's like she goes into the background of his character, why he is so passionate about science, like the philosophy, and how he went from being so interested in like philosophical ideas to going into like scientific and actual like reasoning and logic, and the way that his mind like shifts and his perspective based on also other characters in the story. And she just brings so many, like, there's so much character in him. Like he's not like this egotistical maniac. He's like an actual decent person who has a lot of like empathy. He really values connection, he really values knowledge and all this stuff. And you see how he goes from a little boy wanting to learn into this like scientist in a way. And it's just so good, like the back and forth, also breaking the fourth wall. And because he's telling the story to the person in the beginning, the brother, and he kind of sometimes like breaks the fourth wall. And he also is so like reflective onto like how he acted. Okay guys, I'm getting really fucking ahead of myself. I'm only 40 pages in, but like, dude, this shit is so fucking good. What else? Yeah, I basically just said the book shows such an in-depth character analysis and development that serves as such a strong basis for the birth of this creature. And oh my gosh, so what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna read this book and then I'm gonna watch the movie afterwards. I think this is what the video is gonna be about. So like watching or reading Frankenstein and watching it, because I'm so fucking hyped because this shit is so good. But yes, I know I'm reading this fucking slow. I've been on this for 2 days and I'm barely on page 40, but I think I'm gonna like keep up with that tempo because I've never enjoyed a book this much, period. Bye, we need to go eat.
Guys, I don't know if Kayla mentioned this, but she was 19.
Oh my god. This is what we're eating when I said I'm gonna eat. And this is not important to what this vlog is about, but it's important to my situation right now. So look at this. It's a chicken Caesar sandwich
with salad.
Who ordered a salad? We're reading Frankenstein, guys. This is taking me so fucking long to read, not because it's bad, but because I don't know, I'm weird. So
Start that shit back on.
So basically I'm on chapter 102, and something had happened. So basically the creature is in Geneva, and because he's trying to, if you know, you know. And so that's the part I'm at. He encountered someone / something, and he confessed something. Sorry for being so vague, but I don't want to spoil. But it's Frankenstein, right? It's kind of like when you say, sorry, like, you don't want to spoil the Titanic.
Everyone knows the plot.
Everyone fucking knows the plot already.
Yeah. Everyone knows he's gonna let go.
Anyways, in case you haven't read a like old ass book, or watched a movie, so so basically he encountered this person, he confessed to something, which I did not expect, because at that point before we were trying to not feel sympathy for the creature. Now we're like in his POV, he's telling the side of the story. Yes, I probably should have led with that. So now we're in the POV of the creature and why, kind of what he has been up to since he escaped Frankenstein's hand. Mind you, Frankenstein is the name of the creator, not the name of the creation. Right?
No way.
Gag 'em. So that's interesting. The creature doesn't even have a name, I don't think.
Didn't they also name it Frankenstein because it was like technically his clone?
Really?
Oh, that's what I assumed.
Obviously I feel some type of way for the creature, but now that he confessed something, I'm just like, not that I like dislike him because of it, because I know his motives behind it, but I just didn't expect it to be true.
Right.
So it adds a little more nuance to his character.
Boy!
I'm kidding. It just adds a little extra layer I'm just torturing Emily because she's holding my phone like this.
Literally,
like she's holding the platter.
My phone's about.
And so I'm just testing her upper body strength. So
I'm just gonna have one fucking muscle. Yeah.
Let's just keep waffling.
No, you have to grab
it.
Look, show them my position. Positions by Ariana Grande.
Such an positions for you. I have like 57 pages left of this book. My goal is to finish reading today, which we all know it's not gonna happen. But let's not say that, because then I'm just tricking my mind into thinking that I'm incapable of doing hard things, which I'm capable of doing hard things.
Yeah, she cleaned the bathroom, guys.
I cleaned the bathroom, and if you know, you know.
You showed them?
No, obviously it's like my deepest, darkest secret. I'm gonna take that with me to the fucking grave. Anyways, yes, so good. The book is so fucking good. I'm gooped and gagged.
She says that, but it's taking her like 3 weeks.
Exactly. Don't let my speed
dictate,
influence your bye. For those of you who are interested in where I am in the book, I just finished chapter 16. So the last sentence of that is kind of explaining what the monster is wanting out of this whole story, why he's telling him, and what he wants from Frankenstein. Like, I don't know, I guess I don't really think about like the foreshadowing or like why certain things are happening when I'm reading. Like, I'm not trying to like infer or something. Like, I just read and I just have a jolly good old time. I wasn't really thinking too much about like his motive. I'm glad to have finally uncovered it, and I didn't expect that. Not gonna lie, even though that's kind of something that you could guess. Unlike my sister, I'm not the type of bitch who's like, oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Like, girl, just sit with the book. Girl, just sit with the movie and stop trying to guess everything. Okay, Sherlock Holmes. Hey you guys, so guess what is up? What is up is that I finished reading Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Yay! So I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on the book. Saddened to say that I did not like it as much as I thought I was going to, because I thought I was gonna give it a 5-star, but I ending up gonna give it a 4.3 star out of 5, and that is only because of the ending. Unfortunately, authors don't know how to end a book. My main reason for not liking it is because I felt as if the monster didn't grow. I think he held the same mindset when he was born and like sentient and like he could actually think, and the way he felt about people, and the way that he felt like he was being ostracized and how he viewed humans because of that, like that was all okay, and that made sense in the beginning of the book. And not saying that he didn't have a reason to feel that way, or towards the end his circumstances didn't really change, so I understand why he felt that way, but that was my issue with it. I felt like his circumstances didn't change, therefore his mindset didn't change, therefore it didn't feel like it gave me like a lasting impression. It didn't feel like the ending was like powerful, or it gave like that punch where it leaves you thinking with something. It kind of felt like it was like letting you down from when he was born, and when he kind of gave Frankenstein that whole monologue about how he was feeling and why he was asking certain things of his creator. So that was my issue with that. I felt like the ending should have been more exciting. Something bigger should have happened that would have wrapped the story up more nicely in a way, and less like, oh, that happened. So I'm saddened to say that. I still liked it regardless. I think the way that she told the story, the pacing, her prose was just so good. I could literally envision everything I felt for the monster, the conversation she had, where it wasn't just like this like fantastical story about this like random beast. No, it had a lot of like things that you could like, conversations you could talk about, like ego and like hubris, and just like psychological things when it came to the creator, and like the way he felt about loneliness or his regrets after the fact. And you kind of had like vacillating thoughts about certain characters, like the monster. At times I was like, dang, like I understand why he feels that way. I feel sad that he has this experience and he's not being met with sympathy or empathy right now, and he kept being ostracized by humans just purely based on the way that he looked. And but then on the other hand, then Mary Shelley brought up like actions that the monster did where you also were questioning his behavior, and you're like, wait, maybe he isn't, like maybe he is a monster, and maybe the way that Victor viewed him is correct. Like, I like how you have both sides of the story being told, and different perspectives where you're like, oh, like there isn't one right answer, I think. So I really like how it wasn't very clean cut and you're like, no, this person is wrong and that person is wrong. I think based on like your own morals and the way that you think about things, that you can like digest the story in different ways. But all in all, I think it's a really good story, and like for her being 19 is just like insane, and that's why I just really loved it. And it was unfortunate that that's how I felt about the ending. But all in all, I really still recommend it, and it was a much deeper story than I thought. I think when you think about like Dracula and Frankenstein and a lot of like the classic, not emo, I keep on wanting to say emo, but the gothic books, you kind of think they're like just like fun kind of books to read about like vampires or like zombies and stuff like that. But this one really surprised me in the way where it was like a little bit less about even like just like this monster being created, and more about like the creation and the regrets after, and like how you really have to think about your actions and how humans can be so judgmental based on literally just looks. Like I think that point still stands, how in I think it was like 1818 or something, when this 1831, how that point still stands, how looks are like, don't judge a book by its cover, but looks are the like number one factor, I think, in the way that humans are treated even nowadays. Like pretty privilege is so real, and that's just it's just like, if you're pretty you're more approachable, and that's literally like exactly what this book is about. It's like you are approachable based off your looks, and if you don't look a certain way, then you are not as approachable. You are not met with kindness as much, you don't have all these privileges, and you don't experience life the same way. And that's literally the monster's experience. He doesn't experience life in a fair way because of his looks, even though he has nothing to do with that. Like he did not choose to look the way that he looked, he did not choose to be born, and he had to face all these consequences just because he was born. And so he reacted and had all these emotions based off of that, like unfairness in his life. And then he, started thinking all these things about humans and made choices that led him to be where like his final action was to himself at the end of the book. All in all, really recommend, guys. So now it's time to watch the movie and see, the differences, because I know they're gonna fuck it up. I know there's like adaptations in books, and that's something that I have not had a good experience with, namely one, Atonement. I love Atonement. That book is amazing. I read the book, I watched the movie like 10 minutes after I finished the book, and I have never been more angry in my life because it was not done justice whatsoever. Like, a book can never be done justice because books have so much of the inside thoughts of the characters, and you can't put that into a film. You can't have inner monologue when in a movie, when it's just like all outer monologue, you know what I mean? So when that happens, you lose so much of the characters. You don't know what they're thinking in that moment, which is literally what makes up a book, like that inner monologue. And then like the outer monologue is just literally it's incomparable to telling a story when the characters feel so fiercely about something, especially in Atonement, because if you've read that book, you know that I forget what the little girl's name is, but it's so important to understand what her feelings are and what she thinks about in every moment of that book. And when they strip that away, she just looks like a bratty character. And no, like that really pissed me off. So I will die on the hill that obviously books are better, but it's because of that. It's because the inner monologue is literally stripped, and then you have nothing. So I'm not expecting big things for the movie. But we'll see. We'll see what if I like it. It is now time to watch Frankenstein. So, all cozied up in bed. And, well, right now it's on the Hunger Games, but I'm about to switch it right now to Frankenstein. So, let's see what we think about it. Do I think it's gonna be better? No freaking way. But let's see what Guillermo, is that his name, brings to the table. Okay, thoughts already. I'm 1 minute in, they already fucked it up. Why are we starting at the end? This is literally what happens at the end of the fucking book. Anyways, let's continue. Okay, another thought. Okay, I sometimes like people like do the most when they like make changes to the movie that doesn't really affect it, but this change that they made is literally a mischaracterization of who that fucking character is, because no, that's wrong, because he doesn't say that, because him not saying that shows who he is as a character. Oh my god. So him saying the opposite is literally contradictory to like his morals, and like that is so stupid. Why would they do that? I just don't understand when adaptations do that. You're literally rewriting the characters. What is wrong with you? Okay, this whole scene where the monster is on the boat with Frankenstein. What the hell? Okay, this is literally all going wrong. It's all wrong. It's all wrong. Don't piss me off. So because this is all wrong and it's literally only been 5 minutes and every fucking thing is just wrong, I think I'm just gonna right now, so I can have a more peace of mind, I'm not going to take this as like a direct adaptation. I'm not gonna be like, that didn't happen in the book. Well, I am gonna do that, but I'm not going to like, in my mind right now, I'm gonna think that this is very loosely adapted, that this is literally like it's gonna go off the rails constantly, and I just have to deal with it right now. Like that's the mindset I'm going into it, because I know that if I keep comparing it to the book like I want to, because it's an adaptation, then I'm gonna get real pissed off real quick. So let's just watch the movie as if it's just any other movie and I hadn't just finished the book. Hey guys, I'm reporting live with my Wingstop. Oh my god, I haven't had Wingstop in like 4 months, so I'm kind of scared for tomorrow morning, because last time I had Wingstop, I hadn't had it in a month. Not that I haven't had it since now, but last time since I had it, when I had it, I hadn't had it, if that makes sense, for 1 month. And I woke up, I felt awful, and I literally wanted to throw up. Like, I was like, okay, I'm never having Wingstop again, because I felt literally the most nauseous I've ever felt in my life over not having Wingstop for 1 month. That's foul. So I don't know what the fuck they put in this food, but I wanted it, so I got it, and so just pray for me. Anyways, besides that, let's get back to the Frankenstein. It is like a new day because I did fall asleep in the last clip, not gonna lie, but I do plan on finishing it today. But the news is the updates. So yes, you guys already know that I was pissed off because they changed so much. So now I'm like 20 minutes in, and let me just say, they changed his whole childhood. They changed because they changed his whole childhood and some things that came out of that, they changed his whole motive for wanting to create the creature, the monster, for being so knowledgeable on creating and doing so much research about that. Like, it's completely changed, and I think that is literally so integral to the story, like his reasoning for wanting to create this monster. That's the basis of the story. So the fact that they just changed it, it's just a whole different storyline at this point. Like, everything, I'm talking everything is different. So like, yes, he still had a mom, but that's different, whatever happened to her. And then he still has his brother in the story, which I'm pretty sure they're still gonna end up, like, his story is gonna end up being the same, like what happens to him. But everything else, the way that the characters are acting, and literally everything is just changed. It's just changed. So this is, I'm just going into this watching like a new story. Like this is, everything is new to me. Like no spoilers. Like yes, I read the book, but literally no spoilers because this is a different thing. So I mean, it's pretty good so far, like movie wise, but as an adaptation wise, horrible. Like they missed the mark. They did not do anything correctly. I do want to mention that in one of the scenes in the house is they have the Pride and Prejudice movie, the newer one with Matthew McFadden, the chair from his house, the big long sofa, and I clocked that because I watched Pride and Prejudice way too many damn times. So I'm like, that's the chair. Who's surprised? Guillermo, what the fuck are you doing, Guillermo? Classic that a man takes a woman's works and just fucks it up. And fucks it up in the way where it's why is there a subplot of romance and illicit affair version? Like of course a man has to throw in like an unnecessary romance into the story. This story is not about romance. This story is about Frankenstein. This is about creating and the regrets that come with it. Like yes, the original book had like romance, but like it wasn't like a focal point. I know they're different, I know they're different, but it is not needed. It is not needed in the story. I don't give a fuck that you're literally stealing your little brother's woman and having a little affair with her. Like, what the hell does that have to do with the creature in Frankenstein in general? Like, don't piss me off right now. This is really pissing me off, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, fuck it up, but like fuck it up in a different way. Don't fuck it up in like classic man, everything is fucking lustful. Everything is just about being in a relationship and having a little cute little affair. You know what Taylor said? What did she say? I don't know, but she said something about how it wasn't sexy once it wasn't like a secret. I mean, yeah, because I don't know why men find just being a cheater so exciting. Your brother, your little brother, is that what men fantasize about? Taking your little brother's woman. Alright, I know I can't shut the fuck up, but also can we talk about the fact that this is not a one-man show? Why is everyone and their mom, the whole town, the whole country in on creating this monster? Like, isn't the whole point that Victor Frankenstein is literally a scientist? He is that guy. He created this monster all by himself based off all the research he did and how immersed he was into finding all the knowledge to create this monster. And then it finally happened. It was this revolutionary thing where it's like, Frankenstein. But now it's like everyone in the town is involved, everyone has a share in the stock. So like, why do I give a fuck? That awkward moment when the monster's first encounter with another human being is one of tenderness and kindness, when in the book the whole point is that the monster's actually never met with tenderness and kindness, and that's the reason why he hates humans in the way that he acts on that. So, yeah. Just wanted to say that. Victor hates the monster so much, like he detests him so much that he's gonna kill him for no reason. When in the book, the reason why was like an actual good reason why he hated the monster, because the monster did something. But right now, the monster has not done a single thing. Like, Victor is just a fucking asshole and he's torching the place and burning the monster. So like, okay, my thing is there's no logical reasoning behind any action that these people are taking, because they removed it from the story, which is the basis of why things happen. But then in this movie, they just take out the foundation and then just have all the consequences. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. Do you guys see? I just finished Frankenstein. I'm kind of too stunned to speak So, in order to stop beating a dead horse, I'm just not gonna say more. You guys already know how I feel. I'm so sorry, Mary Shelley, for what they did to you.